Oh, I guess this door just opened? Yeah, that was locked from the back before. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, there's one of them here. What's up, homies? Welcome to the Big King Daddy of survival horror games, Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Easily my favorite survival horror game by like a country mile. It really kind of turned me onto what survival horror could be and probably should be. Even though the probably first survival horror game I played was Resident Evil 1 for the PlayStation, which is also really good. But man, I played this for the first time, and it just blew my mind. And I know this game has been done to death on YouTube. I mean, it was basically the game that made PewDiePie famous from his reaction videos to it. But it's so good.
Don't forget,
I've been wanting to, play it again.
The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am
You have control
Daniel.
now. Sort of. It's a way to start a game, huh? We go. Shake it off. Shake it off. Alright, so immediately we wake up to find ourselves in a just castle area. It's daytime, but it's still pretty dank, pretty dark. Amnesia has a really, like Penumbra before it, Amnesia has a very simple kind of interaction engine. You just click to hold stuff and move the mouse around to interact with it. Really cool. You can also pick things up and throw them using the right mouse button. So if I take this chair, for example, I can yeah. So you can interact with a lot of stuff in the world in this way. So the only clue we're given as to where to go is this kind of pink liquid that's on the floor. We're gonna hold on to the matches for now. Obviously there's not much going on here in the way of darkness. So we're gonna find matches all over the place, right? And they can be used to light any kind of candle. Because darkness is a mechanic in this game. Oh, alright. Feeling a little nauseated or something? Come on, come on. And it affects... It affects your sanity. Which is... There it is. Crystal clear. So sanity, sanity as a mechanic is not a new thing in games. A lot of games have done it before. This one was one of the first. So sanity affects kind of what you see in here and this kind of blur on your screen. And it goes up and down based on what's happening in the game. So you just saw that door fly open by itself. That's going to lower your sanity. And completing puzzles and stuff is going to restore your sanity. Being in the dark for too long will deplete your sanity. Being in the light will restore it. Yada, yada, yada. It's got a lot of kind of ins and outs, and what it does as you lose it is you kind of start to get these weird effects, like you're seeing the screen shaking a little bit. You might start hearing things and seeing things that aren't there. A lot of it's pretty subtle. It's not Whoa. Hang in there, buddy. Get you some ibuprofen or something. Our boy's got a little bit of a hangover or something. It's not quite like Eternal Darkness, which I really hope. If you guys have never played Eternal Darkness, and yeah, like, I highly recommend looking up a Let's Play of that, because finding people with, you know, GameCubes that can capture GameCube are a little... they're hard to come by, man. But Eternal Darkness had a great sanity system, for sure. And I think it was one of the best examples of a sanity system implemented well, because it messes not just with the player character, but with the player directly. Oh, great. Standing in darkness, your sanity will slowly drain. So, if we just... There we go. Ooh. You see that kind of liquidy effect? Slight headache. Fabulous. Seems like the paintings are rendered in just like a ridiculous amount of detail. It's kind of like layers of fear. Like some of these textures, like this game is not new, and it does kind of show its age a little bit. But man, still the paintings are rendered in like a level of detail that some of the textures even aren't. Like this rock here. Old archives. The door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London seemed appropriate somehow. So still following this kind of pink liquid. Alright, I'm going to ask you guys all a favor. Watch this at night. And if practical, watch it with headphones. It will add to the experience, I promise. So our boy is, he's losing it a little bit. It's not quite this intense throughout the whole game. They're just... Yes, sir. Alright, so we just got the lantern, which of course is a portable source of light, but it is not infinite. It uses lantern oil, which we will find periodically. And it's not something you want to constantly be using, too, as it... Oh, I just went backwards, gosh dang it. As it also attracts enemies. Like, they're going to have a much easier time seeing you and finding you if you run around with your lantern on all the time. Alright, I guess we're supposed to go back. Like with a lot of the games I play on this channel, it is a game I've played before, but it's a game that I have not played in a long time. So, hopefully it'll be like new. Oh, we're not going to go back into the old area. What am I missing? So F is the F is the lantern button in this game. But to grab stuff, it's left mouse button. But I'm so used to using F as my action button from playing like PUBG and Fortnite. I keep hitting F for everything. Oh, there's a whole door in here. There we go. Okay. It's a pleasant little room, huh? Or maybe not. Alright. Oh, cozy fire. I think we need some fuel for that fire. Yeah.
"19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength
Daniel's
in that
note to himself.
There is a purpose.
It's important.
You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
Alright, so I'll let that play out in its entirety because that is basically the premise of the entire game laid out. You are some duder. So that was sanity being restored. Who has awoken in a castle with no memories. We followed the potion to the letter. And from the letter, we can ascertain that we are Daniel. And that Daniel, a few minutes, hours, days ago, we don't know, consumed a potion that erased his memories, hence the name Amnesia. We don't know why, but we're only given the one directive by our past self.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking.
Alexander.
Bring the lamp.
That's important.
You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brandenburg.
Alright. So, the only directive we've gotten from our past self is to kill someone named Alexander of Brandenburg. That's who we just heard talking. We don't know why. And presumably there's a reason why our past self didn't want us to know why. So he drank the potion to erase his memories. So this game is going to be about tracking down Alexander and finding the truth. Okay, so we just came from over there. These little hissing cockroaches. You mentioned a shadow earlier. He's chasing us. That's also significant. And he'll talk more about that later. But what you just saw is kind of a manifestation of what he was talking about. So I'm going to be explaining a lot of this because there's a lot going on here. And it's a really cool story. I can't remember where I'm supposed to go first. The refinery? I don't think the refinery is supposed to be first, but that's what they just... Okay. Maybe that's an indicator. That was pointing down here toward the wine cellar. Let's give it a shot. I could go for some morning booze. Why not? Oh, it's locked. Alright. So how about the laboratorium? Oh, Middle English. Middle English? Old English. Hazel remained hidden in fear that she too would be pushed. Pretty dark down here. What the? Okay. It's kind of starting to feel like something might not be right here. Alright. We are going to be spending some time in here, so I'm going to go ahead and light this one as well. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiment has taken its toll on many of the less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained with the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can to move them to the wine cellar. Alright, so. You hear that? So he's conducting some kind of experiment. Anyway, he's conducting some kind of experiment. Jeez.
There should be more Cuprite.
It's copper. That's why the atomic symbol is Cu.
Let me see. And 1 part aqua force.
Water of youth? I don't know. My third attempt to produce artificial vitae. I guess that's life. Former compounds lack the potency I need. Calamine and orpiment? I have no idea what that is. And the cuprite binds them well. It's the third time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, because it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. No kidding. You don't say. Picked up the chemistry pot. What is going on with the shaking? It's a good idea to check the drawers, because every now and then, one day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. Honestly, I didn't get most of those my first playthrough. Oh, I used up all the lantern oil. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we still need a key to get into the wine cellar. And I don't believe we saw anything like that. Let me double check, make sure. But we might have to go to a different area. Man, mouse sensitivity is like crazy. Sorry. Sorry. Hello. How strong Daniel is. Alright. Aha! Now, you can kind of... I swear I lit that one. You kind of hear the sanity effects in the background. They're not too bad now. But they'll get pretty obnoxious the more sanity you lose. How do I... There we go. So I think we can go ahead and deposit this right here. There we go. That doesn't do us much good yet, because we don't have the chemicals. So I guess the key's not here. Go head out into one of the other areas, see what we can find. So that, yeah, just so you know, the beginning of this game is a little bit slow, and that is very intentional. They don't fool around with a lot of jump scares. This is not Layers of Fear, where it's just a total. They're just screwing with your mind from like the 5th minute. Like, they really ease you into it to build the tension. Archives, okay. But the nice thing is, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. I've been playing a lot of very difficult games on my channel, and it's just been taking a lot of time. You know, you get onto a boss and it takes like 5 or 6 tries. It's like, well, all of a sudden you've been recording for like an hour.
Our expedition, making it impossible
Oh, this is
to
actually
dig
pretty
until
important.
dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath
I'll
the
just
dunes
broad stroke it for
leading
you.
to a Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure.
So Daniel was on an expedition. I think he said it was with Alexander. They found a structure in the desert, and as they're trying to get into it, it seems like they're just being plagued by bad luck. And that's the beginning of that story. And that story is significant as well as it relates to the whole shadow chasing him thing. Dude, this guy is super afraid of the dark. I don't know if you've noticed.
17th of May, 1839.
Okay, yeah, this is the second part.
My hands tremble as I write.
I feel a need to document my tribulation for fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. We took some men into the dark ancient passage. We uncovered, our torches burned faintly in the murky air. They argued loudly, I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue.
The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any. I was trapped.
Right. So they got dug in there. Daniel got trapped and separated from his party. Old tomes. Don't recall seeing a harpsichord in here. Oh, hello. Aha. Oh, you can actually get these. There you go. Doesn't add much, does it? Okay. There's a big old room here. Big empty room. What were they doing in here? Okay. End up using all my tinder in here. That's alright. This place needs a, needs a little light let in. Wait, up in here. This is the entrance, isn't it? Catalogs, rare books. That's the entrance. Okay. So we go to the other end of the speak room. Seriously, this looks like a dining hall, but it's in a library. Did you hear that? Thought I heard something. Alright. Maps? Oh! I was trapped. Okay, so we can't go back the way we came. No problem. We'll make our own way. Let's see what we can find in here. What?
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized
the third part of that
it
same
was
story.
hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus.
Oh, right.
That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
Will it let you go away? No. If you walk away from it, like my hand's off the mouse, it just pulls you back toward it. You can't actually walk away from it. It gets harder and harder the further away you get to not look at it.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
So you're still in this structure in Algeria. Let's mess with it.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
The relic, of course, was the orb. Woo! Alright, so did you catch all that? They went to investigate the structure with a team of excavators. And then the protagonist got trapped in there, and then he found this orb. He touched it, had all these visions.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
So he finds this orb, has these visions that were clearly, you heard him talk about spiral towers, impossible geometry. It's very Lovecraftian. Not breakable by hand. No problem. So he has these kind of cosmic horror-y visions.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Alright. It does get a little heavy with the cutscenes at the beginning. So, finds the orb, has the visions, and mysteriously makes his way out. And he's not really sure how. But, touching the orb came with some consequences, too. Can't quite see. There we go. Some of these puzzles are super, super easy. And there we have it. Okay. I don't know. Wilhelm and his fools have engaged my research long enough. It's only a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg, that's the castle. I need to lock up Wilhelm and his men to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both of my problems. Weird that he said feed them some wine. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Another region rich in lore. I don't know if I want to read through this one. This seems like just lore and not really story. Alright, I think that's the only way out of here. So we still can't get through right there. Was there another way? We heard a crash in here, didn't we? I thought we did. Wait a minute. No, this isn't. Okay. Ingrabbable. What am I missing? Oh, I guess this door just opened? Yeah, that was locked from the back before. Okay. Oh, there's one of them here. Follow us? Yeah, this game had peaks. Huh? Did not really mean to do that. What did that do? Alright, let's mosey. What do you say? We have to go through the big room, don't we? Okay. Time to go. What do you say? We had a good run. Oh! It's growing. So, oops, we actually wanted the wine cellar. Okay, down the stairs. Wine cellar is, a little creepy, for sure.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Any of you guys read Cask of Amontillado in high school? This is, there's the Cuprite.
Something is wrong. Oh, so wrong.
Oh! Come on, come on. Oh, this is nauseating. Which I suppose was the intent. Ooh, lantern jug. Oh god. Oh, I'm gonna vom. Oh my gosh, dude, you've got to cool it with this freaking motion blur. Actually, I think you can... Can I just... Yeah. Physics puzzles. For the win. I actually kind of do need the light. My sanity is really bad. Isn't it? ... Okay. Well, that's great. Oh! Nasty. Can't. Still can't open it. Come on. Which way can I move this thing? Or can I? There we go. Come on. Come on! Yeah! Oh god! Alright, good enough. Sweet. Got some sanity back. Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Well, that's an upgrade. Come in.
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
Yeah. Don't drink the wine. Don't drink the wine, homies. It's past its expiration date, I think. I think we have everything we need, right? Or was there another chemical? I think there's one more somewhere. Let's see what we can find. No, it's not gonna be here, is it? And over here? Yeah.
There's nothing left. Everything's gone.
Oh, here we go. Okie dokie. So we'll come back when you're out of the bathroom. What's going on? Everything's moving. So I believe that's a shortcut back to the main room. And there it is. Orpiment. Whatever the bloody heck that is. Alright. I think we've accomplished our objective here. Let's skedaddle. Where's the door? Right? It's 4 chemicals. Guess I probably should have read the thing. Cuprite, calamine, orpiment, aquarigia. Yeah, we've got all that. Sweet. Oh! Oh boy. The commotion in the streets begged for his attention. As he opened the shutters, the French soldiers opened fire on 2 young men fighting back. Their voices were silenced in a haze of gun smoke. I guess that's a reference to the French Revolution. See Les Miserables for more details. Can you hear the people singing the song of angry men? Alright. There we go. There we go. What happened? Oh. I guess we're trapped in here. Let's finish the experiment. At the very least, before we die. Let's see. We need some fire, I bet. Nice. Let's open some valves. So there actually is like a mouse motion that you have to do to... What? What? I'm trying to science! Too many variables. Righty-loosey for some reason. These British people, am I right? Pot of acid. What are we gonna do with that? I'm not sure yet. Huh. Now what can we do about this situation? Is there something we can stack? A big piece. Yeah, there we go. There we freaking go. Boom. I am smart. SMRT. My mom and I'm on a client. Go. Holy crap, guys. It's everywhere. Okay. There's one door we haven't tried. It's tough and pliant. It can't be torn by hand or tools. Well, what do you think it can be torn by? Take that! Alright. Into the refinery. Well, it's dark.
It sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason for the darkness, that is?
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Why is it giving me that hint? Alright. I think we will begin to explore the refinery on the next one. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day and stay cool.